What's up, everybody? Pin here. This won't be a long video. I want to be going over the comparisons between the read and write speed of my Samsung T7 500 gig SSD versus the Samsung 970 EVO NVMe M.2 SSD with read speeds up to 3500 megabytes per second. Now, if you didn't see my community post on my YouTube page, I posted this. So I upgraded to 64 gigs of RAM from 32 gigs of DDR4. Now I got the DDR4 of 64, and I also finally put another NVMe M.2 SSD inside my computer. Put it right on the motherboard. I was waiting for a screw kit to come in the mail earlier this morning so that I can actually place the SSD correctly on the motherboard. So everything turned out well. So the first screenshot here that I'm going to show, and I'm going to open up different applications and show some resources that I learned from. So I use a program called Crystal Diskmark, and I will leave the link in the description. So this is my Samsung T7 external SSD that I have plugged into a external Lenovo USB 3.0 hub. Okay, so on the left is the read, and on the right is the write speed. So as you can see, the numbers are fairly close. 460, 450 here, things of that nature. And this was on the external. Now, when I added the NVMe M.2 from the Samsung, and you see these not coming up. 1 second. Okay, Windows acting finicky. So these are the new numbers. Once again, this is Crystal Diskmark, and this is on my new NVMe. This is dedicated for my video games that I'm going to be downloading and installing on PC. So as you can see, the read and write speeds are pretty accurate to what is advertising, and I'm happy. This is a significant performance boost. I am going to be seeing a performance boost not only in game with the loading of assets while I'm in my 3D world. Startup times are going to be a tad quicker. I'm no longer going to be bottlenecked to the USB 3.0 hub with the external SSD because now I'm running my games internally on this newer NVMe drive. So this is very, very important because I'm all about performance, and I'm also about price to performance. And when I did my research, upgrading to what I had, this is definitely the right route to go. And I needed to fill another slot on my motherboard, so why not? This is not going to bottleneck me when I'm downloading PC games from Steam or any other PC launcher or client, because I'm getting the correct amount of read and write speed to where I'm not getting a bottleneck. I have gigabit LAN, I have gigabit Ethernet, so all that plays a role here. Exit out here, and I'm going to show that this is going to be my Steam, and over to the right I have ready to play. So these are all the games that are installed on my computer. It's just 3 for now. I just beat Power Rangers. It's only 2.5 hours, not a long game at all. Got Guilty Gear and I got Rogue Company, and that is all installed on this new NVMe. So you see here I have a hard drive labeled Games SSD. This is 2 terabyte. Of course, Windows does this work, so it's not exactly 2 terabytes. And you know, going from 500 gigs to this is cool. See here, you know, fresh install. There's my Steam library right there. So I have everything managed, and then now I can free up my USB 3.0 hub externally so that I can add in my old hard drive back, some work drives and things of that nature. So it's pretty cool. I'm going to open up the task manager here, and as you can see, still running the i7 8700K at 3.7 gigahertz, and my memory, beautiful 64 gigs of RAM. The one thing I noticed jumping from 32 to 64 is things open up not way quicker, but it's a little quicker and it's snappier. So I'm running this at DDR4 at 2133. And the reason why I didn't max it out at 3600 is because I found that Windows wouldn't boot and it would have stability issues. So doing my research, running it at 2133, the most performance boost you're going to be getting real time is going to be anywhere near 5 to 15%. And that's not significant enough for me to risk stability. I'm all about stability here. You know, this is performance that I am targeting. All right. Still on the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1080 Ti. My next major upgrade to this computer will be a new graphics card. I don't know when that will be. Right now, I'm satisfied. Everything that I'm using still works, still goes as planned. I know how to optimize my 3D scenes and my video games to get the best graphical performance with the fidelity. So performance and picture quality is also a target. Gotta make some compromises, but that's the beauty of PC. You control the experience. Now I'm going to be getting into some resources here. And this video will be below 15 minutes for sure. So a great resource for me, and you see I'm already signed in here, is PC Part Picker. So one of the things, and I have to edit my list here, they have entry-level builds, modest and enthusiasts. This whole thing or misconception of you having to pay a whole lot of money to get a workstation or a gaming PC, it depends on what type of functionality and performance do you want out of your rig. Obviously, you're going to have to pay the premium price if you want the premium look and the premium performance. I mean, it's not a hard task to understand, but you don't have to spend that. You can always start off with something small and expand from there. And this is one of the sites that I use. Don't get caught up in these feature builds. You know, these guys have monstrous rig. This guy has a 1440p rig, a little bit over $1,500, AMD Ryzen 7, and the GTX RTX 2080. I mean, it doesn't have to be difficult. It really don't. A lot of people see the big price tags and get caught up when you can start from virtually any budget point. You just have to know the pros and cons associated with these parts. If I go into my save part list, um, you know, these are the bills that I have. I have two private. This is public. This is on my YouTube homepage. So you guys can see my bill, and I have to edit some things out. I swapped out the RAM, and obviously I swapped out the external storage. I am now running internal for the games, and the prices are not going to be 100% accurate because, as you can see, there's items that says no prices available. And when I originally bought this computer, it was over $2,000 plus tax. So what you see here isn't totally accurate. Just please keep that in mind. And I want to also mention a resource called Logical Increments. So you don't have to spend a ton of money when it comes to selecting PC parts or even considering building. Now, would I say now is the best time for building? No, you're probably better off getting a pre-built and custom selecting parts that you want inside that computer with doing your own research. That's what I would suggest at the moment, at the time of this video. But as you can see, logical increments break this down pretty well. It's simple. If you want a entry level computer, well, this is what the site recommends. A good computer, yeah, it's going to be over 1,000, but good can be subjective. But what I like about it, it gives you a breakdown of the performance of the resolution. So you can see what frame rates you're going to be targeting with this type of system. So when it comes to PC parts and buying things or building things, just do your homework. There's a lot of resources that's out here. I showed you guys too in this video. There's YouTube, there's Google, there's forums. You can ask around. Um, Getting into this, I look back as to where I started and where I'm at now, and I'm glad I did it the right way. And what I mean is, I didn't get everything in one bunch. Sometimes you can get everything in one bunch. I mean, I did spend over 2 grand at one particular point. I was back in 2018. But looking at these resources, I was able to upgrade. And that's the whole thing. So I'm going to leave these links in the description. Just wanted to tell you guys that I have successfully installed the new RAM, the new SSD. I'm going to be performing some tests a little bit later on, and giving you guys some information on what I use so that I can have a reference point when I present it to you guys. And these are just excellent sources. You see, I have them, I use them. I have my PC part picker list. I have to edit this out and update it, and yeah, I'll be good to go. So everybody enjoy your weekend. Stay safe, stay blessed, and until next time, peace out.